Hello everybody, I'm Karen Barno and welcome to my Facebook Live today. I'm trying to get in the habit of Facebooking, living every day, but I still don't have the Facebook Live on my desktop, so I still have to come over to my phone, which means I have to go find my tripod and all this other stuff. Facebook, when are you going to give me the live icon on my Mac? I'd so appreciate it. It would make my life so easy. But then I would fear I'd be Facebook Living every 20 minutes and be like, hey everybody, what are you doing? Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about shadows and how you know what they are. I do a lot of shadow coaching, probably more now than I've ever done. Of course, it helps that now I'm advertising. In the past, I just always did it, kind of discreetly or when people ask, but now I've decided it is my absolute passion to help people heal their inner wounds, to discover who their true calling is. So, the past couple people I've talked to, and I have two really good friends that I'm going to use as an example, and if you recognize yourselves, at least I want to identify you by name. They both give me a call. It's been going on for a couple months, one longer than the other, where they'll call and say, hey, how are you? I'm doing great. How about yourself? Oh, I'm fine. And I'll ask a couple questions, and then they get to the meat. I have a question about my shadow, or I have a question about why I do this. And they're the toe dippers. They want to explore their shadows. They know it's important to heal them, but they're afraid. I had a client about 3 weeks ago. I talked to her on the phone. I've known her for a while. I've been coaching her for a while, and she called me up and she's like, she was sobbing. She was, I'm so afraid because I know I found a major shadow and I'm so afraid to talk to you. I'm like, but why? It's just because it's a major one, and I'm afraid. But why are you afraid? Never fear finding one of your shadows. It's not scary. I mean, sometimes it can be hurtful within your soul. It can hurt your soul, only in a way that these things are usually so tucked far away. And then all of a sudden they show up. And your shadows always show up. When I talk to people, I can hear what they say. I can be sitting in an event totally unrelated to anything I do and be listening to a conversation and think, well, there's her shadow, because people will say it. If you listen to the words you talk all the time, what do you say about yourself all the time? And you could be joking. You could be joking and saying, well, I'm not very smart, or I'm not very smart, or I don't read well, or, I don't dress well, or I don't look well, or, everything I eat turns to fat, or, I'm not pretty, or I'm not like them. You're saying your shadows. If you're saying, I'm not dumb, in your mind, maybe you think you are, and that's why you're saying it. You want anybody to know, hey, I'm not dumb. Or, everything I eat turns to fat is your way of saying to people, I'm heavy, but I don't know why. I don't know how to handle it. Listen to what you say. Pay attention to what you write. If you keep a journal, look at your journal and see what you wrote over and over and over. That's how you find these shadows. Now, will a major shadow pop out? Probably not. Those are so deep within our soul that to find a major shadow, you've got to really be used to finding shadows. I mean, for me now, after 20 years of seeking out shadows, mine do, when I'm ready to, they'll pop up. When I'm ready to heal them, there it'll show up, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. Because I'll say something, as soon as it's out of my mouth, I'll think, why did I say that? Is that really a belief I have? Is that something I believe about myself? And then I explore it. So when you say something, or when you're writing something, or when you're looking in your journal, look at it and think, why do I keep saying that? Why do I keep repeating this over and over? Why do I keep saying I'm not good with money? Why do I keep saying I'm not good enough to get that job? Or why do I keep saying I'm not ready to take that test yet? Why aren't you? Always ask why. Why is your power question. Why? Why do you feel that way? Why do you say that? Right now my life's really boring. Well, how was it before that now you view it's boring? And why is it boring? You got to just ask yourself why. Now, I'd like to say again, shadows are easy to heal on your own, but they're usually not, because we don't want to. We fear them. We fear what they'll expose. We'll fear if it's a deep, dark secret we don't want to look at, that we promised ourselves when we buried it we'd never look at it again. Or it came with such a hurt the way somebody said it to you. It hurt so badly you're thinking, well, it will hurt me now. but it probably really won't, because the power of those words are gone. The power of those words were powerful when you were 5, 10, 15, 20. The power now that you're 40, 50, 60, it's not the same. The power has diminished. You're no longer a child. You're no longer subservient to your parents. You're no longer at everybody else's beck and call. You're an adult. And as an adult, you can make your decisions. You can decide what you want in your life. So don't give your power away. Decide what you want. And if you're ready to heal those shadows, let me know. But to get started, just look at what you write. Look at what you say. Because that's probably where the shadow lies. You know, or look at, I posted tagging on Instagram, maybe even on Facebook. What's your memory of your childhood? If you keep rolling the same memory over and over and over, and it's a negative memory, there's a shadow there. There's a reason that keeps popping up in your head. And sometimes it can just be a dark figure. You know that somebody was there at the time, but you don't know who. So you keep trying to figure out, who is that person that's hiding back there? You're not sure who it is, but you can sense that they're there. That's what you need to look at. Once you heal these shadows, your life will change. You'll feel so light. When I heal a shadow, I feel a lightness. I feel a very spiritual lightness about me, because I no longer am carrying that burden. I no longer feel like I'm hiding a secret. I no longer feel like I'm keeping all this stuff like a genie in a bottle, contained within me, afraid to let it out, afraid of who I'll offend, afraid of what anybody will say about it. Don't be afraid. You're an adult. Don't be afraid. This is your path. When you were born, when you came into this world, you came in to have the challenges you have, and it's up to you to heal those challenges so you can find your true calling. So you can find out why you're really here. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Jump over to my website, or just ask them here. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. And again, if you know anybody at Facebook, ask them, please, why don't I have the Facebook Live on my desktop anymore, or yet? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.